Welcome back, travelers, to your referral roadmap. This podcast is dedicated to helping you unleash your personal and business revenue potential by cultivating referral relationships. In this 10-part series, we are diving into the value factor, how helping others fuel business growth. We'll be exploring how adding value in business can be a key driver of success, offering insights and strategies to master this essential skill to build your own referral-based business. Today is the last episode of the season. Can you believe it, Athena?
I know. This is exciting.
I know. These podcasts are so fun for us, and I feel like they just go by so quick. But
I know.
today we're going to be talking about the endless possibilities of adding value. And I know usually I offer a definition here, but I think it'd be more fun just to leave the endless possibilities up to your imagination today.
We will explain a little bit of that.
Yes,
but
we
yes.
will. Awesome, Athena. Do you want to recap the series really fast, just for anyone that has not listened to the last 9 episodes?
Absolutely. You guys, this is a powerful series. If you're just tuning in, I'm really excited for you to actually hear this series, because every time I teach, every single time I teach, people ask me, how do you really authentically add value? How do you do it in a non-salesy way? Or they tell me I can't follow up because I don't know how to add value in the conversation. I'm telling you, please listen. I'm going to tell you what these are. Go back, take the nuggets, take the to-dos from this, because this is life-changing. It helps your follow-up. It helps your referrals. It helps revenue, every aspect of your business. And it's just fun. I mean, hello, this is the fun part of selling. So let's recap. First, number 1 was the power of adding value in your business. So what it does to your bottom line. So you don't want to miss that one. Building relationships by listening. Hello, if you're in sales and you're not listening,
what are you doing?
Houston, we have a problem, right? So we need to be listening. And really what we're talking about that is you can't help other people, can't add value if you're not listening. All right, number 3, connecting with people for mutual benefit. So that is, how do we connect with people, you guys, for mutual benefit in business? Think about that one. Great one. And providing useful resources and tools. So how do you do that? What's that strategy look like? Next, we went to promoting other businesses and services. And you guys, we had some fun interviews through this too. So promoting other businesses and service, how does that help your bottom line? Then we go into the impact of the unexpected value. What a fun interview that was with Melissa Barnett. And so talking through unexpected value, going above and beyond where they're not expecting it. The other one is creating value through education. What are you doing to help educate, and how do you do that? The next one, I don't know the number, so I'm just going to say next, pardon. Collaboration over competition, right? How do we come together and utilize our collective brains and knowledge in order to help each other? And we talk through the power of that. And I like that anyway. I just think let's work together. Let's have an abundance mentality. And you all know, you've heard me say this again. I want my competition to know everything I know, because when I beat you, I really want to know I won. So I'm not competitive or anything, but the real thing is, and I have a story of that, but someday later. The other one, the last one there, is feedback as a form of value. And how do we give feedback, receive feedback in order to help our businesses? So some powerful things that help you really do action items. Okay. That's what this is about. We talk about the facts and figures, Jada. We talk about the theory, but this is, how do you take this and actually do something with it? So if you don't mind, I know I've been talking for a minute, but Jada, do you mind if I want to kind of go back to what we were talking about, the endless possibilities of adding value. I came across, I know you guys are all going to be shocked by this, that I actually looked up some stats and figures. But sometimes I can do this. And I heard this and it hit me. Now, if I say this and I don't say it with enough detail, Jada will take over. For those of you who are listening that love the details and like to get them right, if Athena gets them wrong, Jada will save us. I promise. All right.
SOS.
Yeah, all right. I'll be like, I'll be like that. Save me, Jada. Okay. But here's the stat. This is crazy to me. If 100 listeners today, they're listening to this, each added value to 10 people, just 10 people. And those 10 people then added value to 10 more people. I want you to think how simple that is. 100 listeners, only 10 of you need to go add value to 10 people. And in 2 years, 10,000 people would have been positively impacted by this podcast. Think about that. And that's where it's an endless possibility. If you want to make a change in life and in other people's life, this podcast gives you practical ways to do that. Now, I would love to get that where like even 50, right, of our 100 listeners went out and touched 10 people, right? Because that would get us to what?
A lot more.
50,000. A lot more, right? It is like I have to do the math, but a lot more. So it's a ripple effect. So I want you to think when you are in business and you're adding value, not only does it feel better in business, and not only does it help us have more revenue and get additional referral partners, but it's a ripple effect of positivity. And I just am a believer. If you are positive and you put that out there, it comes back. So I love that. And I love that. Now, that's Athena's facts and figures, y'all. Jada, we all know is better at that. So Jada, you have some facts and figures to help us as we are rounding this up of how adding value has a ripple effect.
Yes. And honestly, Athena, I do not think you gave yourself enough credit there. That was fantastic. You even did better math than I did because I was going to have to sit there for a hot second. Math is not my area of expertise.
You're just being kind.
But going into, there's actually a study that supports what Athena just said, and it's research by Nicholas Christakis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right,
That's a
at
hard
Yale
one.
University. It shows that positive behavior creates that ripple effect that Athena was talking about that spreads across social networks. A study that found when one person performs a positive act, it inspires others in their network to do the same, often extending 3 degrees away from the initial action. So
Come
I
on.
love that that just
Let's
supported
make a
exactly what you're talking
movement.
about. Yes, I love it. And then there's 3 more studies I wanted to share. One was published in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, and it found that people who engage in altruistic behavior inspire generosity in others, a phenomenon known as the multiplier effect. One act of giving or helping is likely to lead others to do the same, multiplying the initial act. So again, supporting what Athena said, supporting Nicholas Christakis' findings. And then a study by the University of British Columbia found that performing acts of kindness reduces stress, increases happiness, and fosters social connection. These benefits contribute to overall well being for both the giver and the receiver. And do we not all need a little bit more of all that?
Like, hello, that could be like a pill. There you go.
Yes,
That is
there
your
you go.
kindness pill right
Yes,
there.
you reduce your stress, increase happiness, and foster social connection. Check, check,
Yes.
and check. The last one I have for you all is sociologists studying cumulative advantage, which is also called the Matthew effect, have found that initial positive actions often create momentum, attracting more success and opportunity over time. Success breeds success, and small positive contributions accumulate to create a larger impact. So, Athena, with those facts and figures, where does the rubber meet the road on this?
All right. So you guys, here's again, if you're on the treadmill in your car or doing something like that, save this so you can get out your journal and write some of these action steps. That's our heart. We want you to be able to take this, do something with it. We don't want to add noise to your life. We want you to have practical steps. So number 1, in order to keep this and the value to have a ripple effect, you have to become a resource hub. So I want you to think about that. You need to be a resource hub. And you can do that through a number of ways. An easy one, right, is a newsletter. Most of you in business have heard about this, but helpful resources, your network, other clients, and what I call your strategic partners, your strategic partners. Strategic partners are those people you use to add value to other people. So these are where you're collecting this and you get to use your network to help other people. Jada, can I just take a second and tell our listeners that this is our ultimate goal, right? I mean, this is our big, audacious, big goal is for us to not only grow this podcast, but we're starting a new one, and our entire business is our foundation, you guys, is to create where we're a resource hub for you. Yes, we have things that you can follow, that you can purchase to help you, but that we also make sure that you have the resources that you need no matter what phase you're in on any of the subjects that we're talking about, that you get the resources. So that's something we're in the making right now, and and we hope and we will do this on a global scale, because it's such our heart. So I want you to think about you, though, in your business, and are you a resource hub, and are you working to be that resource hub? That is a powerful place to be. It absolutely adds value to your clients, your referral partners, and any relationships you have. So think about that, and what you're doing to collect those relationships, because you gotta filter them out. That's what takes a second, right? Because you got to filter them out to make sure that they're right for your audience. Okay, number 2, action step: offer introductions to thought leaders or influencers. So if you have somebody, introduce them to people. Hey, you guys, you all know, if you don't know, my mentor is Darren Hardy. And if you are in the sales and marketing space in business, you need his masterclass. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, and I'm going to tell you, you need his business masterclass. Darren's business masterclass has changed my trajectory of my entire career, right? And so you need that class. Now you could be like, but you're promoting somebody. Yeah, I have coaching clients. Matter of fact, 3 of my coaching clients currently right now have gone through his business masterclass. I'm not worried about that. I'm excited. I'm helping them implement what he's teaching, but I am never going to take his place. He is a phenomenal thought leader. And so don't be afraid to introduce people to people, right? So think about that. Who do you know that would be a good resource for people? I often send people to podcasts or blogs or a book, right, of people that I respect that could be of help to them. And that's fine. You're helping people. So think about that. Who are some of the leaders that you respect? I mean, send them this podcast. It's free. We'll help them out if it's in the right lane, right? If it's in the right lane. So think about that. Who can you introduce them to? And 3, host a skill exchange session. You're like, what does that mean? Create a workshop, right? Maybe somebody's good at one thing and you're good at something, and they teach you and you teach them. Hello, right? We could do that with a number of people, because there's a lot that Athena is not good at. I would do very well to go to a skill exchange session where somebody taught me to do some electronics and I could teach them how to speak, right? I'm inept. So, and I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to be ugly to myself. It's a problem. But you want to exchange and help and encourage each other. So what you're good at, go help somebody else. What they're good at, let them help. So, and the only way you're going to do that is be asking questions, right? And who do you know that's good at something you're maybe not? And what are you good at? Maybe they're not. All right. 4, give personalized handwritten notes. That says itself. Now, Jada talked in our last episode about how words of affirmation are one of her love languages. This is mine. If I get one of these in the mail of somebody who has said how impactful something I taught them or said or they heard in a speech, there is nothing greater outside my family and my faith that inspires me. It's so important to me. So think about that. And I know I'm just one person, but creating thank you notes, but make them personal. Okay, don't just say thank you. Like, the more personalized you can be, the more impactful. And so think about specific things. What's interesting is I have right here, I have an envelope, and I am going to praise somebody on my team for excelling at one of our main core attributes. And I've been thinking about what I'm going to say. And I'm like, you have to be very specific. It won't matter to this person if it's general. Like, I love that you do this well. And this one is sense of urgency. So, and it's a gentleman. And I'm going to talk about his sense of urgency. But if I just said, I love your sense of urgency, that's not going to have as much impact. But if I give a very specific instances, he's going to feel seen, heard, understood, and valued. Think about it. Anyway, see,
That's
even I have to
awesome.
do it as a leader. And so think about that. These are fun anyway. You can have fun. And Jada and I have found, oh, Jada, we have them right here. Jada and I have found these fun things. Like, I'm not getting any money for
Oh, yeah.
these, but these little fun, they are, you can get, I see them, you can get them online. These are like fortune cookies for your thank you notes.
Athena, will you explain what they are too a little bit more for our listeners that are just on like Spotify or Apple?
Yes. Okay. So they are little squares that say smile. They say, I have a whole box of them. They say life is beautiful. They say all kinds of different things, but it's a little square, you guys, and it has a pop up, like a little kid pop up book. And
Yeah.
you get to do a little pop up. Woo! And then it has a quote. So I'll read you one. Like this one says smile, it says open. And then I pop it up like a pop up book and it says, a genuine, affectionate smile is very important in our day to day lives. And it has a quote by. This
Love it.
is super simple. You can find these. Let's see.
I say I found them before at Barnes and Noble.
Yes.
I'm sure you can
And
get them on Amazon
they're
too.
called, by the way, thoughtfuls. Thoughtfuls. And hello, in your little note, throw one of these little fun little fortunes. I'll tell you, every time I put one of these in somebody's, I've gotten a phone call to thank me for it.
Oh, that's
Yes. So
awesome.
I know that's why I had to. I know it's hard on a podcast to explain, and I have nothing to do with this company. Not going to get any kickback, but it's a fun little extra, right? It's a fun little
Love it.
extra. All right. So step 5: offer pro bono help for a limited time. Right? If you see somebody that you need to add value and you see something that they're struggling with, just help them out. Right? Now, I know we all have to have boundaries. You can't do it forever for free. I got in trouble for that with my team, but I did. I did. But I learned. So, what you need to do is think about people that you could help. I love to do this with startups if they're not super complicated, or with young people, mentees, people who are just getting started, or people in high school or people in college, right? These are the people that if we can get them early, we can make a real huge impact. So those are fun people to make an impact and do some pro, pro bono.
Bono.
Yeah, words are hard. Words are hard.
That's
Okay,
okay.
I got so excited about the thoughtfuls. Now I'm losing track. No. All right, number 6. Sponsor or speak at a community or industry event. Another way to add value, right? So either sponsor something that one of your referral partners or a client is passionate about, or speak for them. So think about that. Are there ways for you to showcase? I A lot of people are like, you want to showcase yourself. No, I really, how do you make your how are you adding value, right? How are you adding value? You want to think about that. Can you add value by sponsoring something or speaking on something that you're an expert in your field for your people? The other thing is facilitate a peer group or mastermind session. That's an easy one, right? Get together if you want to add value. Create a mastermind, get people in the room. Do this again for your referral partners. Do it for your community. This is about adding value to other people. So think about this. This is about how you can add value. You can do these things. When we have done these, Jada and I have done these a number of times, and we love to be able to use our experience to get other people together in order to help them. So another way you can do it. All right. I got 10, you guys. Here's number 8. Send articles or resources to specific people's interest. So another way we add value, right, is know their interest and get them resources that are helpful to them. How do you do that? You can do Google Alerts, you can ask AI. There are so many avenues for you to do that, so you don't have to, be the expert at all things. But get them some resources. I just had this. I met with a colonel in the National Guard, and I was talking to her about resiliency. And so she sent me a email with 6 different resources that she thought that I needed. That's what we're talking about, right? How can we send people some resources? And 9, set up quarterly goal sessions with your team, your clients, your referral partners. Hello. When was the last time you sat down with one of your referral partners and asked them even what their goals were for next year? Something to think about. And so sitting down with them, that's a good way also for you to add value. So not only you're learning, but then you can kind of figure out how could I help them throughout the year. All right. And last, offer constructive feedback on products and processes to the businesses that you love. So those people that are in this is a way to add value, right? Give them constructive, kind feedback to help them grow. We've already explained in a podcast that we wouldn't have some of the processes if we didn't collect good feedback from people that we trusted, the people we want to serve. So not only will you gain knowledge, but it's also a way to add value to other people. Wow, that was a lot. You guys, don't ever say we didn't give you some resources to help you actually get the rubber to meet the road, which is our heart. But I got to tell you, Jada and I have been thinking about this, and we're like, how can we take it to the next level, right? We're telling you to do this. How do we do it? And here's our answer to that. I hope you guys are as excited as Jada and I. I'm going to tell you the excitement part, and she's going to tell you the details. All right. So the exciting part is we have created a resource guide going forward every series. At the end of the series, we'll collect mic drop moments and best practices and collective resource guide for you to download. I hope you're listening. This is us taking the best of the whole series and putting it in a resource guide for you. And all you have to do is download it. So Jada, how do they download it? Where they go? All the details that only you can do.
Great question. And if you're a traveler, you might have guessed it already, but it will be linked in the show notes. We'll make sure that it's linked there. You can download it. And like Athena said as well, you can also find all of our show notes for this whole season on there. So you can go back, rinse and repeat. Make sure you save those episodes that Athena said to save. Hint, hint, all of them.
Yes.
Just make sure you go back, rinse and repeat. And then otherwise, you can join us on our Success Revolution. It is our weekly blog fueled by relationships, referral, and revenue, where you will get those weekly growth strategies straight to your inbox. The link to subscribe to that will also be in the show notes. And do not forget to like and subscribe below so you can join us next season, because this is the last episode, as Athena brings real talk and real strategies. We can't wait to see you then. Bye.
Thanks, guys.